Well, I think this is maybe the most important thing to know about living right now in the 21st century, that we are now hackable animals, that we have the technology to decipher what you think, what you want, to predict human choices, to manipulate human desires in ways which were never possible before.
Well, now mine, here. Wow.
Even if you get support from the government and there is all these education for adult system, the really big question is, again, it's psychological. Do we as human beings have the mental stability and the emotional intelligence necessary to reinvent ourselves repeatedly? And you know, when you're 20, what you're doing is basically to reinvent yourself or to invent yourself for the first time. And it is very difficult. When you're 30, it's even more difficult, but you somehow do it. But when you get to be 40, 50, 60, it becomes more and more difficult. You have more to let go of. I've invested so much in building this career, this personality, these skills. To give it all up and start again from anew, it's so difficult. So I don't know whether we can do it.
Yeah, that is the question that I think we'll ultimately be forced to answer. And that brings me to education. So what do you think that if we're talking to somebody who's 18 right now, they're trying to decide, do I go to college, yes or no? Should they go to college? And if they go to college, what should they be studying?
It's a very difficult question. The first thing they should realize is that nobody really knows. Nobody really knows how the job market would look like in 2040. So they should be suspicious of all these kinds of advices by people who pretend that they know what the job market would need in 20 years. The best investment, I would say, is in emotional intelligence and in mental balance and these kinds of skills of how to keep changing throughout your life, how to keep learning throughout your life. Now, how do you learn that? That's very, very difficult. We don't have a college degree in mental flexibility. But these are the most important tools. So whatever you choose, you can go to law school, you can go to ballet school, but you should keep in mind that much of what I'm learning might be irrelevant in 20 or 30 years. So whatever else I'm doing, I should also invest in developing my emotional intelligence, my mental balance, my ability to keep changing and learning and reinventing throughout my life. So maybe to give an image or a metaphor, if in the past education was like building a stone house with very deep foundations, now I would say that education is more like constructing a tent that you can fold up and move to another location very quickly and easily.